In this video, we're going to show you how to get Corvo Bianco as low as level 18 in The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt Next Gen Update 4.0. Subscribe to the Linus Wilson channel. We give you the secrets to crush The Witcher 3. So unlocking Corvo gives you several different benefits. You get a benefit to your health. You get a benefit to your XP accumulation. You get a benefit towards Roach's stamina. You can change the color of mutagens for your skill tree. All these things you can unlock if you get the deed to Corvo, and you can do that fairly low level in the story. That is, you only need to complete the Novigrad arc, but there are 3 bosses that stand in your way to doing that, and we're going to talk about how you can most efficiently, with the least amount of effort, with the weakest character, get the deed to Corvo so you can unlock all these awesome benefits. It'll make Geralt way more powerful. So in my previous video, I showed you how to unlock the map of Toussaint, and what you need to do is you need to complete the Novigrad storyline and free Dandelion under Poet Under Pressure, and then you're going to get this quest, Envoys and Wineboys. It's going to direct you to a notice board in Velen. Notice board is going to direct you to these Knights of the Heron who are going to take you to Beauclair and Toussaint, and they're going to want you to fight some bandits. You want to decline the fight with bandits because the bandits are going to be level 35 bandits and you're going to get totally wasted by them. There's no way you can beat them. Now, or you could beat them, but it'll just be an ordeal not worth it. And the next thing, you're going to come across this giant Golyat. Now, Golyat, you should use the skills, especially the skills that affect your crossbow play. Golyat can be defeated by a crossbow bolt to the eye. And there's actually a trophy or achievement for that. And even if you don't do that, if you stay in the fight long enough, the Knights of the Heron are going to chop him down, but they chop him down relatively slowly. So all you need to do is put up your Quen and roll out of his way, and then try to do some crossbow bolts to the eye. And either you're going to hit him in the eye, or the Knights are going to take out almost all of his health, if not all of his health. So that fight is really easy. Now, the second hurdle is some scroungers, I believe, near the inn. You're going to go to the inn, you're going to look around by the river line or river shoreline, and there are going to be some scroungers. You can use the deadly precision build, which we're showing you here, to take those out. That's adrenaline burst, razor focus, cold blood, trick shot, lightning reflexes, and resolve should take out those with a 1 in 15 chance with the crossbow. So you don't need to even get close to those level 35 monsters, and you should get an insta kill on them. And your companion Peyrak, I think, Bilton, is going to also help you with those. So that should not be an issue at all. Easy peasy, right? So you got a 6% chance, 1 in 20, 1 in 15, 1 in 17 chance of killing those if you got a 3%, or you got 3 points on adrenaline with lightning reflexes. Now, the next one is by far the hardest. The hardest to get past is the Bruxa. The Bruxa in the cellar or in the basement of Corvo Bianco. Now, they have nerfed deadly precision for bosses, and deadly precision will not work on the Bruxa. I tried it. It does not work. I hit her dozens and dozens of times, so she should have died. I had 3 adrenaline, didn't work. So what you want to do is you want to beat her the Witcher way, right? You want to get, in Beauclair, you can get the enhanced and superior upgrades for the potions, and I think the Black Blood potion, I believe I bought it from the herbalist at the herbalist hut, which is northeast of Oxenfurt in the Novigrad map. And you want to fully upgrade your Black Blood, right? And you want to fully upgrade your vampire oil, right? So that'll give you 50% bonus on the vampire oil, and then you get the Black Blood, so her when she does her sucking blood attack, she'll actually take damage, and you won't take damage. And then in terms of armor sets, I'm using the Nilfgaardian armor set, which I picked up right before this fight. So I was using the level 11 set, and it was not up to snuff. The level 11 Samurai set, which is part of the DLC for the next gen update. But if you pick up the Nilfgaardian set, which is at the place of refuge in the southeast part of the of the Velen map, right next to that big city-like thing, that's the Nilfgaardian base, right? So the place of refuge. In there, as you come into the door on the right, is a chest, which you'll get the Nilfgaardian set, and you also get the hat. I don't think the hat does anything, it just looks silly. And we're, of course, using the Netflix version of the Nilfgaardian armor just for fun. And so if that's level 18, I also upgraded my sword to level 18. Now, if you've done the Catskill quest, that'd also be good, right? Because then you'll have a very good sword. So I just had some silver sword diagram that was level 17 or 18 that I crafted before that, right? So I'm doing over 200 damage there. So I'm doing a decent amount of damage. And then I also crafted the moon dust bombs. I don't know how effective those were on her, but they should keep her from, she kind of like dematerializes. That should keep her there, and then you can go in and get a few shots. And my focus was just get in a few shots, and then when she's flying around and you don't know where she is, roll around so she doesn't get a hit on you. She was able to two-shot me on Death March, so you want to make sure that you're not, you just don't get hit, right? So keep your coin up, keep rolling. Occasionally use that Moondust Bomb and get in a few sword strikes when you can. And eventually you'll take her down. I think once I did those upgrades at level 17 or 18 or whatever it was, that took her out. And that was the toughest fight by far. And then finally you've got the Schaelmaar. So you go to the tourney grounds, and once you defeat the Schaelmaar, you're going to get the deed to Corvo Bianco. The Schaelmaar, you have a companion that will take out some of the health of the Schaelmaar. But that companion will eventually be tapped out at some point if the fight extends. So my advice is just don't get too greedy with him. The Schaelmaar has armor on his back, and so really the only time that you're going to do any substantial amount of damage is when it flops on its back, and look for that. But you will do some damage on it if you do some strikes on it next to it. And I think the other thing that for both the Shaelmaar and for the Bruxa is that you need to, I would put all my points in the Sword Street. So to get to Deadly Precision, which takes 20 points in the red tree, you're going to have to put points into other things to get there that you don't necessarily need for the Deadly Precision build. And I would put those points in fast attacks. So put everything in fast attacks, and then slot when you're not using Deadly Precision, or you're not doing a crossbow build for Deadly Precision, then slot in. I did have Deadly Precision slotted in, but it's just not working with the bosses. That you need to slot in all those fast attack skills, or if you're going for a strong attack, slot in all the strong attacks. I mean, the issue that I found with the PC version of The Witcher 3 update is that they don't even have a button on default for strong attacks, so you might as well do fast attacks. Fast attacks traditionally have done more DPS in The Witcher 3, but I haven't tested it in the next gen update. So anyways, you want to slot those fast attack skills so that you're getting more. And then if you can brew relic or reltic oil, you want to put that on. The Shaelmaar is a reltic. And I only had the low level, which is 10%, but if you have the superior, it's 50% bonus to that. Now, for the Shaelmaar, just don't get hit. It's got that spinning attack. You don't want to get too close. It's going to roll to you. It's going to throw out rocks. You just want to keep your distance, really. So just be prepared to roll out of the way and keep your Quen up. And just be strategic. If you extend the fight maximally, then your Knight Companion is going to take out the most amount of damage it's going to take out. And then it's up to you to take out the other 2/3. And you can just slowly do it. Just be patient. And I did not die during this fight. I think I died 3 times. Once I had the updated armor and swords for the Bruxa, but I didn't die for this fight. And it wasn't really that close. So the Shaelmaar is definitely beatable with a very low level character. And then after that you got the deed to Corvo. As soon as you get the deed to Corvo, the Duchess is going to say, hey, we got to save Milton. What you want to do is you want to not save Milton. You want to go straight to Corvo Bianco and get the No Place Like Home quest, or follow the No Place Like Home quest, because that'll pop as soon as you get to the deed to Corvo. So don't follow the Duchess. Get on the horse, go in the opposite direction to Corvo. Don't do any more main quests in Blood and Wine for another 20 levels, right? Until you're leveled up to level 35. Don't do any more main quests in Blood and Wine after this. Now, there's a side quest coming in, Embrace the Strange you might want to do, but don't do any more main quests before you're leveled up. We're just trying to get the bonuses to Corvo here, and you'll actually reduce your XP accumulation if you do more of the main quest. And you don't even want to complete the No Place Like Home quest, because you want to save that XP for later. With the deed to Corvo, then you can do the upgrades that are going to get you the herb garden, that's going to give you all the buffs to Roach and to Geralt. So there, you need to follow the No Place Like Home quest. Major Domo is going to give you two options: do the grounds or the house. Doesn't matter, you do both of them, because to get the herb garden you need to do both of them. So the house is going to cost 5,000, and then the grounds upgrades are going to cost 1,000 or 1,000 for the grinding stone and the armorer's table. And then the house is going to unlock the alchemist lab. You go down and ard the wall, and then you'll be able to convert your wraith mutagens into greens. Those are typically what you're going to do. You want to make sure if you have a rare mutagen that's not a wraith mutagen, do not convert it in this machine. Like, unless you're like glitching werewolves or something like that, you're probably only going to have wraith mutagens, and save some back. So you want to make sure that if it's a rare mutagen that has got different colors in it, you want to make sure that you craft the decoction for that. And so if you've not been buying the decoction formulas and you've not been crafting those, definitely don't craft anything. Don't turn anything into another color unless it's a wraith mutagen. There's lots of wraiths in the game, but there's not many of any other rare mutagens. And some of them are one-time things that can only be used for the decoction. So be careful with that alchemist lab. And then the grinding table and the grinding stone and the armorer's table, you should be using those already, but it's just convenient to have them in Corvo. If you, every 60 minutes, every time you stop your game, you go back to Corvo and you sleep, and you get the sleeping buff when you when you start your game back up and then go for 60 minutes. Then you're going to get, if you build the stables, you're going to get the stamina boost, so Roach will never run out of stamina, so Roach can run at full speed, more or less, especially if you get the Beauclair saddle, right? You want to get the Beauclair saddlebags, blinders, as soon as you get here. You probably want to get those before you go to the inn, right? You want to go straight to Beauclair once you defeat the Golyat and get those. And then the herb, you want to upgrade the herb garden as soon as possible. Now the herb garden, you want to, once that's completed, you want to loot there are 3 herbs within the open air greenhouse that will change the mutagen colors. And so you want to get the formulas for the greater mutagens, changing the graders from whatever color that you have a ton of mutagens. So if you're farming the reds, change the red to green, change the red to blue, as I advocated in my video there. But there are also some green nests that give you greater mutagens, which are easy to farm in the Witcher 3 or Blood and Wine expansion. And then you'll be able to fully fill out your mutagen skill tree once you turn and embrace the strange. I've got a video about that prior to the update, how to do that with a low-level character. I doubt it's changed, but I'll test it out later on. And that mutagen skill tree is very intensive. It needs I think 49 greater mutagens, which are 9 times lesser mutagens. So if you're farming these on Whale Graveyard, these 50 mutagens, 50 graders are going to take you days and days of farming, whereas it take you in like an hour of farming in Toussaint. Now, for the greenhouse, to get the greenhouse to respawn, it does not respawn by meditating. I believe it bonds by game time, and I thought it might be game time within Toussaint, but I think it's just game time, period. It doesn't seem like it's XP accumulation, but game time. So how do you increase your... So if you want to really just like farm the herb garden fast as possible, just leave your, game on. So maybe you could put Geralt in his room in Beauclair where nobody's going to bother him. Leave the game on. I wouldn't even put the menus on. Just leave Geralt standing there. And then I think the herb garden is going to refresh for you. I did it for like 4 hours and the herb garden was refreshed for me. Then I played for like an hour or so outside of Toussaint, and the herb garden also refreshed. But meditating, it doesn't work. So I think if you're 2 hours of game time, probably is what's sufficient to get the herbs to regenerate at least in the greenhouse, and it may take them longer outside the greenhouse. But the non-greenhouse herbs you don't really need because they're very common. You can buy them from the herbalist in Beauclair. So you want to get to know the herbalist in Beauclair, you want to get to know the master armorer in Beauclair, and you want to get to know the perfumery guy off the main square. Those are 3 people that are going to just make Geralt so much more powerful. Good luck with owning Corvo Bianco through most of your playthrough and having Geralt have a base of operations which makes him way stronger for the rest of your playthrough. Subscribe to the Linus Wilson channel. We give you the secrets to crush the Witcher 3 Wild Hunt Next Gen update. Oh, and one final tip, make sure you upgrade Geralt's bed because that gives you more vitality and a longer vitality boost.